Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
I will present the context in which the war between the Kauravas and the Pandavas started. In the Mahabharata, the righteous and noble brothers, the 5 Pandavas, have been denied of their inheritance by the Kauravas. After many twists and turns in the story, the Pandavas finally request the Kauravas to return the kingdom, their share of the kingdom, which rightfully belongs to them. In this, an ancient 4-step approach is taken by Krishna, who is sent by the Pandavas as their messenger to the Kauravas. The 4 steps are Samam, Danam, Bedam and Dandam. The first step is Samam, in which an effort is made to speak with the enemy, to come to a mutual understanding in order to avoid the war. Bhagavan Krishna tries to reason out with the Kauravas, but it fails. The next step is Danam. Here one concedes to the enemy in order to gain their support. The Pandavas repeatedly lessen their demands. They actually asked for 5 cities and then for 5 villages, and finally are even agreeable to receive just 5 houses. But Duryodhana, the head of the Kauravas, flatly refuses, saying that he will not give them even the land that is covered by the tips of 5 needles. So when this also fails, Krishna resorts to the 3rd step, which is Bhedam. Here one tries to speak with a friend or supporter of the enemy to remove their power. In the Mahabharata, Karna is the bosom friend and supporter of Duryodhana. He depends a lot on Karna to win the war. So Krishna tries to woo Karna away from Duryodhana, but Karna remains steadfast in his loyalty to the Kauravas. So when all the 3 steps fail, there is no choice except to take arms, which is Dandam. So this results in the epic war between the Kauravas and the Pandavas, the culmination of their conflict and the setting for the Bhagavad Gita. The 2nd chapter begins with Sanjaya describing the state of Arjuna, whose mind is like the clouds dispersed by the wind. When Arjuna looks at the opposite camp, he perceives all his relatives, his grandfather, his guru, and seeing them, he loses heart, drops his arms and refuses to fight. Krishna tells him that this is not the time for him to become dejected, it's his duty now to take up arms to fight for the sake of regaining his kingdom and protecting his people. Arjuna again says, how can I fight my grandfather and my teacher, my guru, who has taught me how to use the arms, and all my relatives, just for the sake of acquiring the kingdom? I would rather retire to the forest. Then he says, I am totally confused. He says, Shadimam Tvam Prapannam, I surrender to you, Krishna. You guide me on the right path. Then Krishna begins by explaining the fundamentals of Sankhya to Arjuna.